Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Cant and Two Minds podcast.
Yeah, big baby. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, man, you know how we do it. Just try to, just try to, get through the week.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, well, one of the things that was real funny was that last podcast we recorded, I pulled a muscle in my back during the podcast.
Oh, wow. Doing what?
Just stupid shit. Like I was turned sideways while I was talking to you. And when I got done, I had muscle spasms in my back.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's hell getting old.
You're like a Robin Van Persie. You're injury prone.
Mr. Glass.
You're injury prone like fucking Diaby.
How's the new gig going?
It's going all right, man. Driving for Uber, Lyft, around the DFW Metroplex. It's big airport. You could easily go there and get $20 rides. So
the hype is real. Like if you put the hours in, you make some money.
Well, I'm not putting in the hours. You know me. I called myself saying last night I was gonna stay out till 4:00. Shit, I was home at 1:30, sleep. Yeah, because in Texas, the titty bars are on lit. Till 4, all nude.
Yeah, all nude.
All nude. You can play with them bitches. But I didn't feel like dealing with, some drunk men who think Sharnetta at the strip club is gonna call them later on during the week.
Right. Right. I gave her my phone number and she seemed to really like me. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm sure it's bullshit, but I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and give her a call. I don't know. I'm sure it's bullshit though, but I'm just going to go ahead and, okay. You sure it's bullshit, but you're just going to go ahead and give her a call. Yo,
I'll be picking. I'll leave Peggy Sue for her ass. I will. I'll
be picking your ass up next week. She's going to drain every penny you got. But other than that, it's not bad, not a bad gig. It's perfect for, my type of lifestyle as far as, post it up, oh gosh, let me go make some money for a few hours, come back, I like it.
Right.
So, it's going good. How about you, company, man? You see Berkeley in the house?
Finally at the end of this week, I finally started feeling like I'm getting on top of it, Came home, not too sore, I'm doing some, I'd say slightly physical work for the first time in a while,
Cool. Good stuff. How about that Arsenal game on Saturday? Early Saturday
game once again.
4:30.
It's like, I don't know, it's a weird game to like analyze because, while I feel like they did enough, of course we came away with 3 points, but I just kind of anticlimactic. Like, all right, we got the win. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you knew this was gonna happen after the Chelsea debacle. This is, everything is going according to plan. Yeah. Two bad games in a row. Then we got a kind of a lackluster win. We win, but we didn't play too well, but we got the job done. So okay, things could be getting back on track. But we got Bayern Munich looming.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, we'll see if we got any momentum based on that game. Leading up to the game, everything was about Wenger and, Ian Wright suggested that, this could be his last year, and people started getting on Ian Wright. And, what are some of your thoughts on on the Wenger situation? As far as, we've already declared our stance,
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and reiterate it one more time so that we can kind of be done with this. What's your stance on Wenger?
I don't really care how we finish the season up. Whether we make a run or not, even if the most miracles of miracles happened and somehow we, caught Chelsea, I still want Wenger gone. I still want him gone. He's old hat, man. Things are tired. The Arsenal needs a new injection of football on their team.
Yeah, I would have to agree. It just when you watch, I know Ozil always plays like that, but I mean the way he played yesterday and the way he looked out there kind of just it illustrates the mood and just the way things have been for Arsenal. You know what I mean? For like the last decade, he's just kind of cruising around, hey, all right, but not really. I don't know.
A lot of complaining out of him.
Well, yeah, it's just, he's in a bad run of form, and that's fine. I was just trying to sum up just how it feels to really be an Arsenal fan. You just kind of have that attitude towards the team, like it's going to be the same shit over and over again. Nothing's going to change, and that's why I think he needs to go. He's had plenty of time. He's done so much for the club. He single-handedly built the Emirates by himself with brick and concrete. He was out there doing that by himself. The pitch, you know what I mean? The Invincibles. He did all that. He's done everything. But, at some point, especially in this day and age, when managers get fired, better managers than him get fired at the drop of a hat. You know what I mean? Especially the age of football we're in, where managers are losing their jobs left and right. It's something kind of fishy about why we don't let him go after just the average finishes, for the team. It's just mediocrity.
Yeah.
Mediocrity. It's kind of fishy, like where in this day and age when managers get fired or they leave or they're moving around, why the board or Arsenal just won't be like, hey, dude, you got to do this, this, and this. If not, we're going to move on. Nothing.
I know.
Nothing. No pressure whatsoever. And that trickles all the way down to the players and the mentality of the players. And then you mix in the fans who don't want to change or who are afraid to change or want to hold on to the past. Come on. At some point.
Exactly. I know we might not have a lot of basketball fans listening and stuff, but I'll just paint a scenario for you, like with the Warriors. Don Nelson, we called it Nelly Ball, was one of the most exciting things that came to the Golden State Warriors back in the day. He brought excitement. He brought a different style of ball. Everything was fun and exciting, and he got canned eventually because all good things come to an end, but the end result is what a manager should always be judged on. So if you want to consider yourself a top flight team, the best teams in Europe, and You're constantly finishing top 4, but not winning the league. Champions League, but not getting out of the quarterfinals. Like, at some point you got to just say like, hey man, thanks for the memories. We really gave it a shot. Everything was, we thought we could do it, but we couldn't. And we're going to move on now, Yeah. But hey, one thing you were saying too, that, it's kind of a trip about the whole situation. Not only will the club not let him go, but like even Wenger as a person won't do what a lot of the managers have done, which is, Jurgen Klopp, he didn't get fired, right?
No.
He didn't get fired. He chose to like, hey, I'm going to move on to a new club, something that he considers something bigger. I mean, maybe that's the case, is Wenger realizes like there's nothing bigger for him, but at his age, he needs to be like, hey, enjoying the rest of my life might be bigger. But, Pep Guardiola, that was by his choice. He left. He left Barcelona. He left Bayern Munich.
Like I said, man, this day and age, I mean, this shit happens all the time, and you got fans going back and forth. I mean, this is how ridiculous Arsenal is now. We got fans going back and forth whether, if the manager gets fired or he chooses to leave, then it's a shame. It's an absolute shame. And it's like, dude, I mean, come on. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, are we soft fans? I mean, what are we? If we're so afraid we can't even let Wenger leave, or if he leaves, then all hell's gonna break loose. I mean, come on. I mean, this day and age, the way things are. I mean, even Sir Alex was like, "Fuck it, I had enough." You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, he's 67 years old and things aren't getting any better. That's all. I mean, that's real. We can see that. Things aren't getting any better as far as results and cups and all that shit. Things aren't getting any better. And he's 67 years old. So, whatever, let him stay, and, who knows what's going to happen. But come on. Put pressure on him at least, and then be like, hey, you didn't do it. We're gonna have fucking Wenger Day. We're gonna name a stands after you. We're gonna put you on the board. You're gonna be the fucking director of what? You're gonna be like the GM where you sign players and get deals done. I mean, come on. There's other shit he could be doing as far as on a day-to-day basis, trying to win. It's just not happening.
Yeah,
put him with the kids. The youth academy. Do something. But there's other things you can do to keep Wenger there without everybody freaking out. Oh my gosh, he done so much for the team.
Yeah. I mean, if there's one of the things that we've, me for sure, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you feel the same. I mean, one of the things is the things that I could still give him credit for are like his recognition of talent. I'm not sure about, how well he develops talent beyond a certain point. So, but like you said, that's GM material, like, oh, we're touting our, ourselves because we got to wasn't he a young 13-year-old American or no, the Nigerian. We got a 13-year-old Nigerian that we beat to the punch that Chelsea wanted to put their hands on too, and blah, blah, blah. And, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. He can find 13-year-olds and he recognizes young talent. That's GM material, put him in charge of the whole scouting network. And, like you said, the youth academy, and he's still a part of the team.
I mean, it's easy, it's simple. Nobody's going to get their feelings hurt, and we can move on. Finally, move on. But I mean, come on. Even the fact that we have to discuss this shit every week just shows how just ridiculous it all is. How this guy, like I've said, Wenger has got the whole Arsenal world by the balls, and he's just giggling to himself like I run all this shit. It all evolves around me, and that's the case, and like I said, the reason why I started liking Arsenal back in '98 was because of Wenger. I thought he was cool. I liked, he was progressive. He did shit different, and we attacked. And then the player, all the different players we got. So,
Yeah.
he's just draining that all out of me slowly but surely because he doesn't change. He came in with change, but he was like, "Fuck it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it." But it's broke now. Everybody's caught up. You need to change the whole world of English football once again, because you did that. Everybody adapted and changed. Everybody they followed you. You know what I mean? You gave them the blueprint, so everybody kind of followed your blueprint and then added their little different thing to it and took off. And you're still doing the same blueprint. So you need to do that. Do something.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Come on. But anyway, the infighting is what's ridiculous. And, the people attacking other people for just having an opinion about one man who doesn't even play. He just sits there, looks like he's got a pee all game. But, that's what's ridiculous. And, that's, to me, that you should be able to say whatever you want. And if you disagree, you disagree. But I mean, I don't know. That's the age we live in, Fitty. You cannot disagree with anybody or you're a fucking asshole. And I hate you.
I know. And like, I'm just not going to accept like people like, like making some claim like, well, then you don't support the team and how could you turn your back on him? And, why don't you just stop following Arsenal then? That's not what it's about.
Like, how does it get to that? That's so stupid.
It has nothing to do with that.
That's why Trump got elected. Because people who were going to vote for Trump, they never said anything to anybody because they didn't want to hear all that bullshit. Yeah. So they just kept it on the under. The polls, Hillary's leading. And, you know what I mean? Then when it's time to vote, they go out and vote. It's like it's getting to the point where you cannot have a logical, reasonable dialogue about anything when people disagree with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got a show I listen to out of New York on satellite radio that talks to a lot of comedians.
Yeah,
and they're talking about how still right now, like you can't really even bring up Trump in the room in a room that's supposed to be filled with laughter because the whole room just goes silent. Like. Right. People don't want to laugh. They don't want to boo. They don't want to, they just don't want to touch the topic. And I'm like, I think we're being progressive about the Wenger situation and Arsenal situation by speaking, saying the things that people know that they know this in the back of their heads. They just don't want to, they don't want to face it.
Right. And even if they don't know it or they disagree, you can have a back and forth, reasonable dialogue about, you tell me your point, I tell you my point. You know what I mean? You can go, we're human beings. We can go back and forth in a reasonable way to try to get our point across. But it doesn't have to be like, nope, I don't want to fucking hear it. You're against Wenger. He built a stadium by his, you know what I mean? He's done. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear it. He mows the grass. You know what I mean? He plants the seeds. He does everything. You're not a real Arsenal fan if you want Wenger to leave. Bottom line.
Right.
And then it gets shut off, and there you go. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at with everything. You can't have an open dialogue. You can't have a conversation about anything. If you agree, then oh my gosh, you can start your little clan and you can go to town on everybody who disagrees with you. But if you disagree, shit, there's the conversation ends and you're left standing there.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll just tell people. I mean, I'll just even admit it now. My feelings, they've changed in the last year.
Yeah.
Ask me the same question a year ago, and I'm like, I'd like to stick with the guy, man. I think he deserves one more shot at this, But like, I'm done. This last like holiday season, I've had enough, man. I can't keep doing this. Not that I'm going anywhere, but I just, like the frustration level is just crazy. Like,
I mean, it's not that you're going. You're not going to stop being an Arsenal fan either way. It's just that the optimism of anything positive happening is gone. Like you become me when you watch the games on Saturday, where it's just like, you know what I mean? We're playing Hull. We've lost 2 in a row. We shit the bed at Chelsea. Okay, we'll probably win this game 2-0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I woke up at 6:00 in the morning. Those were my exact thoughts. I said 1-0. We'll get one. We'll probably win 1-0. It'll be an okay game. You know what I mean? And then Bayern Munich. We'll probably get blown out. You know what I mean? There's no joy. It's just like, I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it happen. You know what I mean? Everything is going according to plan. The way, so, but yeah. So, anyway, that's enough of that.
About the game.
Go ahead.
I don't have like. Actually, I guess my standout star of the game to me was Ox again.
Yeah, Ox. Easy.
Ox played well, man. He played well. He distributed the ball pretty well.
Yeah, he was great.
Like one of the things I used to knock Ox on when he played out on the wing was him coming back and helping on defense. Now that he's been placed in a defensive position, he's playing D. He hustles back. Yeah. He intercepts balls. He's trying hard, and I love it. I love seeing this out of Ox.
Yeah, Ox played great. I mean, distribution. He looked like he was mentally in the game, like you're saying. He knew his role. He knew what he needed to do. Great performance. I would definitely give him probably man of the match. Ozil, bad runner form. Looks, more lackadaisical and stoned than he usually does. He might be on, a different strand of weed. I don't know. But there's a few times where it's just like a guy of his quality would shoot the ball first time, but he chose to take another touch and then chose to pass. So, there's just no real confidence there. Theo, I mean, what's Lucas Perez got to do? What's he got to do? I keep saying Vigor's got the Arsenal award by the balls. Well, Theo's got Vigor by the balls, obviously. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I mean, come on. You could throw Lucas Perez, especially after the Chelsea game. Theo was just as bad as Ozil in the Chelsea game. Just as bad. Yes. If not worse. And automatically gets to start over Perez. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that. Especially with some of the injuries we got, like, Ozil can't get benched because that's his position, and we don't really have, an automatic filler for that.
Right.
But Theo, out on the wing, we got guys, we got people, that could play out there. And it's just it's ridiculous. It's like,
I mean, and it's not a knock on Theo. It's just not happening right now. You know what I mean? It's he's not really in good form. So you play the person who's in good form. That's all. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. I thought Gibbs. I thought he didn't play too bad. I thought he looked pretty good out there. Bellerin, back line. Solid. Just it's just one of them games. It's 6:30 in the morning, and it's just like
Yeah, they let Hall get behind them early in the game a couple times, like real early in the game. That I was like, is it going to be one of these days?
Right.
But they sucked it in and got it together and pretty much handled the rest of the day. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Alexis started the game off kind of bad. But
trying to do too much.
But his attitude is like refuse to lose. Like he is gonna get on top of it and like fight through this, and he did. You know, he did.
Right. Right. Whereas Ozil is like, oh, it's not my day. I'm gonna smoke some more of this Diaby weed at halftime.
I sure hope halftime's coming up.
I'm gonna go to they call it the Chesney shower, where you can fucking take a quick hit of weed or smoke a cigarette or whatever you want.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know, dude. That's what I hear. That's what the fucking mail online was saying. But I mean, that could be a lie. Who knows? But yeah. Anyway, so how about Hull? Like their new coach? Like, you know, they bought all kind of different players in from loan, and his number one request was, I want big and black. He wants the blackest, biggest players he could find. That's what he told his owner. How about Niasi, dude? That's Sagna looks at him and is like, damn, that fool is dark as hell.
Wow, you are dark.
It's all good though, you know. It's all good.
Yeah, and he immediately comes out with the tape measure. You know, measures their chest area, checks their teeth. You know,
yeah. He's like he comes. He's like I don't understand what you mean. He's like, have you seen Gladiator? I want. Have you seen Amistad? Have you seen Amistad? That's what I want. I'm just playing.
Give me free.
Give
me free.
Diassi, he looks like he's gonna be a hell of a player. Just, you know, commenting on his pigment, you know what I mean? Me as a black man, it was very impressive to see somebody that dark. And like I said, Sagna, you know, even Sagna's like, damn. I wonder what kind of fucking tattoo he's got. Anyway, enough of all that. We gotta go. We got like 3 minutes. Who we got? We got Champions League. What's going on? Break it down, Eddie.
Wednesday against Bayern. You know, I mean,
at Bayern, right?
There's no reason to try to analyze the matchup or anything. Like, we're clearly underdogs. And you know, go out there and fight, boys. I don't know how much I believe that we can go out there and really fight, but I mean, I'm sure, you know, we do have a tendency to like, you know, we get a fucking hair on our ass every once in a while and try to play a team tough. So, you know, maybe we play them tough.
It's the peaks and valleys of it all. But no chance in hell. Only shot is the win at the Emirates. You know, hopefully I'm proven wrong, but I've seen this movie before. I know how it ends. But that's going to do it. Hey, what do you say? Maybe, God willing, on Thursday or Friday, you know, we try to shoot out a quick recap of the game and maybe a preview of the... Actually, no preview.
Yeah.
We're playing Sutton or some shit, FA Cup.
Sutton County.
Anyway, you'll see. If we do that, I'll tweet it out, people, and let y'all know we're going to do a little recap on Wednesday or Thursday. That'll do it. You can follow us on Twitter, CITM, at CITM Podcast, at eMar Show, at Guna Rush. And if you want to contact the show and interact, comment, ask us a question, tell us to shut up, go to CITM Podcast at gmail.com. Drop us an email.
Boom.
Follow us on iTunes, subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud, you know, all kind of shit, you know. What's the other one?
I don't know.
Tune in, all of them. Just, you know, do a search, see what's up. Give us a review.
Just if you follow us on Twitter, then you'll get a heads up. You'll see what's going on
already. And hold on, I want to give my homie on Twitter a shout out. I forget his name. He's cool people. He also has a hell of a blog. Go check him out.
Oh yeah,
Follow at Gooner and Cali. He's a stand-up guy. And he has a nice blog. Give him a follow. Check out his shit. Peace out, homie. Y'all take it easy. And
peace. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Peace out, y'all.
peace.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and review the show. All feedback is much appreciated. If you would like to contact the show, drop us an email at citmpodcast@gmail.com. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at citmpodcast, at Gooner Rush, and at eMarshall. That's EMARSHO. The music in this podcast has been provided by Statics. If you like what you hear, be sure to check them out at staticsentertainment.com and follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.